Hello there, today I have LEGO Transformers animated Sentinel Prime. So here he is in his truck mode. It's like a weird, like snow plowing monster truck raised, pickup truck. I'm not exactly sure what this thing is supposed to be, but, the shapes are there. The raised look is here. We've got the suspenders and stuff here for the wheels. Wheels should be bigger, but, there's no pieces a good size for this build, so that's what the outcome was. There's also a little bit gappy right here, or more so like the shape. I guess you could call it gappy, but this down here is supposed to be gappy because it's just the suspenders for the wheels. But here it's supposed to be 4 wide. Here it goes to like 3 wide. So yeah, it's not too bad. Proportions on this vehicle I know are they're wrong, but it's good enough. Windshield is also a little wonky. It's just due to how he has to transform, so unfortunately it looks like that, but I don't think it's too bad. Yeah, I don't think the truck mode actually looks too bad at all. Most of the robot mode components are hidden, and you can't really tell. Well, if you know how this guy transforms, you'll know where everything ends up. So, yeah, let's get to comparisons. Here's Sentinel with my other animated builds. I had to sacrifice a few pieces from Optimus to get this guy done. Hasbro stuff. And here he is with a minifigure. Vehicle mode is like 10 and a half studs long. Nah, just 10 studs long. Long, whatever. 6 wide. And like 6, maybe reaching for 6.5 studs tall. He does come with accessories. First one I'll show you guys is the Headmaster head. Doesn't really do anything in this mode. I guess you could put it here. Oh, that's not really what it's there for. But he also has a shield. These builds and his lance, but these builds are definitely ugly. So yeah, they're ugly. They can tab in back here, just like so, for some weapon storage. And it looks fine, but the shield is definitely levitating, which doesn't look the greatest. But if it's just a sword, it kind of, not a sword, it's a lance, whatever it is, kind of works. So yeah. Alright, now for transformation. First thing we're going to do is just do that. Move these little sections out to the side. Here you can swivel these wheels back, just like so. That's when you can swivel this section up the legs like so, and that will make the feet. Then you can try to pry these things apart because they are connected by a stud. It is definitely difficult to do without breaking the figure, but I've done it before. So once you've broke this connection, you will split it apart like this, just for now. Just straighten that out, that hinge, like so. And then just put that down, just like so. Swivel the knees, or shift them, just like so. And just to make this look a little bit neater, swivel, swivel these like pizza pieces, tiles, on his thighs, around like so. Just like that. Then you can continue doing this motion. This will swivel to the back and shift up. Then you can finish collapsing that section. Turn around here, raise the camera. This is where we can swivel the torso around, just like so. And then next thing we're gonna do, excuse me. Anyway, just take these sections, move them onto the side. You can just swivel these like shovel sections down there right now, and then you can move this arm up, then shift it down to the side, and then you can do that. So up, shift it to the side, then move the shoulder around like so. Once you're here, this is where you can swivel this bicep or forearm section all the way around, then just fold that panel down like so and move the wrist. And behold, here is me trying to fix the camera. But also, LEGO Transformers animated Sentinel Prime in his robot. There we go. LEGO Transformers animated Sentinel Prime in his robot mode, and with a little bit of poor lighting, but honestly, it kind of makes his colors teensy-weensy a bit more accurate. So I'm not really too bummed about it. Yeah, here he is in his completed robot mode. It is pretty neat. It is also pretty accurate all around. A few things I want to point out that are inaccurate are his crotch. Not supposed to be black, it's supposed to be blue. His legs are definitely supposed to be thinner, but even the toy has thick legs, and it's just not possible to get the proportions needed for the truck mode. So this does fine. Torso isn't entirely accurate either, but it's kind of like the gist of what his torso design is. And these shoulder sections are actually supposed to be like this. This would be more accurate. But just due to how he has to transform and at this scale, this was just simpler to do. And honestly, it works fine. It also has the wheels on his shoulders. Head is tiny and abstract to fit, to be proportioned with his body. He does kind of have the chin though, kind of. I couldn't make it any bigger because there wouldn't be any room for truck mode. And the back is also accurate. Some people believe that the front of the truck is supposed to become his chest, but on the actual animation model, the front of the truck goes on his back, actually. So this is accurate, and I'm very proud of that detail that I was able to get on here. So yeah, not supposed to have wheels down here, but where else are they supposed to go? And yeah, other than that, he's pretty accurate. And I'm pretty proud of the build. He definitely does have an issue with standing though because of how back heavy he is. But yeah, that's a little bit of an issue. Honestly, it wasn't an issue before. Okay, there we go. There he is standing. Alright, for accessories, let's take his head off, put the Headmaster thing on. And there we go, there's Headmaster Sentinel Prime. Here's a look all the way around at that. It doesn't really change much about his look, but fun fact, I guess, he cannot have that head on during truck mode, or while he's in truck mode, so, yeah. He also has his weapons, of course, he's going to be able to hold them, so let's just do that real quick. Just tap into his hands like my other builds. Yeah, it's ugly. He also has this shield, which couldn't just, just tap in like that, or like this, because that'd be ugly, and it also runs into his shoulders that I just discovered right now. So it does tap into the back of his hands like this, and it is ugly. But, he needs his weapons, it's accurate, or at least it tries to be, so there's that. And this guy is actually pretty decently articulated, although he has one major flaw in his articulation, which I'll get to. His head swivels all the way around, has universal at the shoulders, so that's pretty neat. And here is the flaw: he does not have a bicep swivel because of how his arm has to transform. So that is unfortunate, but at least he has an elbow bend forward and backward. He does kind of have this, but it's not bicep swivel where he'd be able to put his hands on his hips without it looking like this, which is horrible. So that's kind of unfortunate, but it is what it is. Due to transformation, the hand does swivel all the way around with the arms out of the way. He kind of has an ab crunch due to transformation, but it's ugly, so I don't know, use it at your own expense, I guess. Torso, due to transformation, swivels all the way around, just like so. The legs kick. Okay, well, not supposed to pop off. They kick forward the basic amount, backward a little bit higher than the forward basic amount, and outwards that much. And then thighs swivel all the way around. And I guess foot does this, but that's more so due to transformation, and you'd be breaking his shins, which isn't really helpful. And nothing at the feet due to how he has to transform, so no ankle pivot, unfortunately. Kind of sucks, honestly, but it is what it is. I guess that's the other part that I was talking about when I said articulation isn't the best, I guess, but it works. I think it's fine. Yeah, that's it. Here he is with a minifigure, and it's blurry. There you go. Hasbro stuff. 14.5 studs tall. And here's Sentinel with my other animated builds, and this lighting is pretty dark, but whatever. And Ugly Optimus. Also, kind of glad to say that Sentinel Optimus are like the same height. So if you put them back here, you can see their head height. It's like basically the same, actually. Yeah, it's basically the same, right? I think Sentinel's a smidge shorter. Well, it doesn't matter. It's close enough. But yeah. That's it for today's video. I don't know what's next. See you next time.